Hey everybody, I'm doing a second take of this because I messed it up the second time, and this is actually the third. This is the third time. But anyways, all right. Well, I guess I'll start with this guy. Here we have the Windigo. I've been working on for a good amount of time, and honestly, I love how this dude is turning out. He got a bit of a scrote going on down there. I hope what's it? I hope YouTube don't take this video down because of it. I mean, hey, whatever. It's just a scroty guy, you know. Hey, it's whatever. Then I got these hands here that I'm working on. It's gonna take a minute before they're done, but I got them on the works. And then I got these. I got the other hand. I accidentally cut off 2 of his fingers instead of 1 on this hand, so I screwed that up. But yeah, and then here we have the head. The head, I think is turning out pretty decently. One of the eyelids is a little off from the other one, but I'll work on that. And then we got the ear on the side. I'll have to put the inner parts of the ear afterwards. And then I got the teeth with the raggedy, chewed off lips. Got the nose here, which don't got too much detail at the moment. I think, honestly, he's turning out pretty good. We got the bald head with a bunch of scars on the top of his cranium here. Got kind of in his chest. He kind of got, like, some cuts on his chest, like, from, like, either an animal attack or whatever. Maybe a villager struck him before he ate them or something. Like, pick that little piece off there. There we go. And then I got some little bits here because I figure I'm going to paint those cuts in there like an icy cold to show kind of like the cold heart they have. Apparently they have, like, a heart of ice or something. Something like that. Like I said, this is trying to go for a more traditional look, like I guess slightly original, but more traditional look for a Windigo instead of the deer monster that literally every other person does, and it's honestly getting old. I'm getting rather annoyed with the look. He's like, oh yeah, I'm getting annoyed with this damn look too. Yeah. But anyway, oh shit, hold on a second. There we go. So, yeah, look at his hand. I didn't mean to make it like that. Look, it's like Suzanne! Suzanne! That's funny. But, I got this loincloth off of a Ninja Turtle figure I wasn't the biggest fan of. I had it for a while, and I guess I messed them up at an early age, so I figure, hey, once time is right, I'm going to get these little bits shaved off here. And I'm actually going to see if this fits on him pretty good. If not, you know, hey, whatever. And then I'll make some other fur clothes for him and all that. Like, I figure what I could do maybe is, like, put some, like, fur detail on here. Nah, you know what? Honestly, that looks pretty damn good, this the way it is. I mean, I might just wait to paint it and then just slip this on here. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, maybe he killed somebody and he got that off of them or something. I don't know. And then, besides that, I have a deer skull I'm making for him to wear on his head. And this is what I got of it so far. Got the 3 prongs there. It's looking pretty spiffy. I'm liking them. And how I did it was I just cut off a piece of a seal's back that I had. And I just worked off of that so far. Then I'm going to give it some antlers. And I figure the way, because I've tried to measure it up to the head, and I figure the way I'll do it is that I can kind of have it sitting on his face, right, or on top of his head, and maybe I'll get like some of that loose wire to kind of, or not loose wire, but like the little thin clear rubber bands that come with a lot of toys. And I figure I'll just stick it on his head. I figured, you know what, because I like the look of antlers on a Windigo, but I don't, you know, I feel like it being a part of its body, like I said, I'm trying to go for a more traditional, like more respectful look for this creature. And I figure, you know, which I don't know if I already messed up or not, just by the way its face looks. I mean, I'm not good at making humans, okay? You guys should have saw the old Manticore I made. God, that thing, oof. But either way, I think it looks human enough. Like, I mean, I'm still not done with him. I gotta give him eyebrows and, like, you know, I gotta fill in his eyelids on this side specifically, and I gotta do the inside of his ears. I still got quite a bit more to go. Articulation wise on his neck, it's a ball joint, so it can move everywhere. It could go all the way up in case like I wanted them to be like running on all fours or something like that. It can like Wolfman style, and then like it could go all the way like that in case like say he gets knocked on his ass, or like I don't know, something like that. Like and then I just because what he was originally a neomorph, he got all that articulation on him. So yeah, I mean I'm doing them up pretty nicely. I mean I'll get this deer skull more built up, and I'm wondering like I guess I could give him like a clothes like on his body, like on his upper bits. Also, I beefed up his arms just a tad, just because it was a little ridiculous looking how thin his arms were. I mean, I want this dude to look like a predator, not like something you bitch slap and it falls over. Unlike the one in Antlers, yeah, I'm calling out that movie. It was cool, Guillermo del Toro, but here's the thing, dude. You're gonna make a badass monster. Don't have a lady just poke it with a dull stick and then it die immediately. I mean, for fuck's sake, that movie showed 3 of the exact same shots of this lady passing over a bridge, but yet we can't even have a good Windigo fight. What the hell is that about? And even then, you couldn't even see the creature most of the time. You just saw massive antlers and the fact that it was wearing its human version's face, but whatever. Not with my Windigo. You're going to see quite a bit. But yeah, overall, I like how he's going so far. I figure, I'll just keep working on him and see how it goes. As for my other creatures, spinning around, anyway, I got this Spinosaurus here. I'm fixing him up, and this is where the mosasaur tail came from. Or went. I mean, it came from the warmonger that I'm making over there, but this is where it's going, I guess you could say. And it's attached to, I don't know if it's too big or not. I mean, honestly, to me, it looks fine. Like, I'll just have to do it up a little bit. And then this other Spinosaurus is going to be a Gorosaurus. It's going to be a big old Gorosaurus. And then I got some other spare bits in here. Then, like the other video, I still got all the Monster Hunter creatures I'm making. I even got some gifts. I got this, first I got, and gifts-wise, I got this Pallas cat, also known as a Manuel. It's a species of wild mountain cat I'm making, and it's entirely made out of caulk, so that's pretty cool. Still not done yet, clearly, but, I'm making it for my brother's girlfriend, because, she's cool, she keeps him in line, and, treats them decently from what I know, and, they care about each other, as far as I'm aware, so I figure, yeah, I'll make something for her. So I got that going on, and then for my brother himself, I got this Prehistoric Penguin, because he loves penguins, and I figure I'll make him like a modern penguin, which is a macaroni penguin, because that's what he likes, which is up here hanging at the moment, drying off along with this Allosaurus, that I also decided to fix the tail of and give him better nostrils. I don't know if I'll do his feet or not, either way. Whoa. And then the second penguin is this, it's called a, I'm trying to remember the name. It's a, either a 5.5 or 6 foot tall penguin from New Zealand that lived over 50 million years ago. It's quite a dude. I gotta fill in this part to make the legs look a little less skinny, or a little bit less long, since it's a little funky looking at the moment. This was back when penguins hadn't fully evolved the flippers. Like, they kind of still got, like, that bent bird arm. But either way, Arthropornis, that's the species name, I know, porn. Anyway, it's, yeah, the species' name is Arthropornis, and it was a species of penguin. This dude is mostly caulk. He actually was a mosasaur torso that I just built everything around. And I have photos of it from the exact day it was born. It was, well, not born, but started making, just to show how much work goes into these damn things. I mean, it ain't like I throw them in a microwave and then, you know, pop them out and all that crap. I put a lot of work into these damn things, and, you know, it's a lot of people don't see it. So they're like, oh, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. But, you know, either way. And then back on the Monster Hunter stuff, you know, I already covered those guys in the last video. This dude, one of the NECA Kongs I'm working on, I'm actually turning into a Emerald Congalila. Because I wasn't a big fan with the Son of Kong, the white fur. I hated it, actually. It was horrible looking. And there's the body down there. So I got his face sculpt going on right now, which will still have the articulation, which is nice because Congalila got some big old teeth. You got like a hippopotamus face, essentially, which is awesome. A hippopotamus on like a gorilla body. You know, it's a cool creature. So yeah, I got that. And I took these legs off, too, and I'm going to make them into the traditional Monster Hunter ape legs, where they kind of are bent back and over like a, kind of like an undulant or a carnivoran, except for bears. They have plantigrade feet. But you know what I mean. So yeah, and then I got his hands. Got his hands up there with the traditional 4 fingers instead of a 5. Or I guess 3 fingers and a thumb, not 4. But either way, then, you know, for that I got that, and then I got all these dudes I'm working on. Just recently, if anybody here watches Dino Diego, I think his name is, on YouTube, he covered a trilogy called the Quintaglio Ascension trilogy, and I'd never heard of this before, and it was about these race of sapient Tyrannosaurs called Quintaglios, and they were descendants of Nanotyrannus, which, you know, I mean, that exists in their universe. And I guess it was created by a different race of Anomalocarid descendants, or wait, no, Onibabala descendants, not Anomalocarid. Onibabala, or Onibaba? Anyway, Onibabala descendants. I can't say its fucking name. Hold on. Always have to resort to this. That guy right up there. You know, with the trunk and the 5 eyeball, or the eye stalks and all that. But yeah, they were created by a race of those. And yeah, they were like 8-foot tall tyrannosaurs with a semi-erect posture, with rather large arms with 5 fingers, which is rather peculiar due to tyrannosaurs only having 2. But considering they were made by a race, you could just say that they just they just gave them extra fingers. I mean, I don't know. But either way, have a semi-erect posture. They, and honestly, the whole Quintaglio lore is really cool. Like, if you go check out that video by Dino Diego, who covers the Quintaglios, or just look up the Quintaglio Ascension trilogy on the internet. But I figure I have some ball joints and I have some other stuff, and I was actually going to turn this Tyrannosaurus along with this one, because this guy actually fits the description pretty well too. I figure I'll do both of these two in different styles, but I'm going to turn these two into Quintaglios, because I think that would be cool. And yes, I know I didn't know about the series until recently, but hey, listen, you know, you end up finding out about a lot of things you like after you yourself gain sapience, you know. I mean, let's be honest here. You know, a lot of us aren't born with the things we love. I mean, I was born in 2004, and a lot of things I love, a lot of versions of things I love came out that year. You know, Hellboy, Godzilla Final Wars, Kong, King of Skull Island, so on and so forth. But, yeah, either way, you know, I mean, a lot of people just, you know, we just find things that we like, you know. I was born the same year Monster Hunter came out. That was trippy, but I never played the games until World came out, you know. And now look at me, fuck, I'm making a bunch of creatures for Monster Hunter, and I'm loving it too. I already got a few of them made, so yeah, that's pretty sweet. But yeah, overall, that's just how it is. Nothing to be ashamed of that you don't pick up on something immediately. It's just how the world is, By the way, it's funny we mentioned foot fetishes in the comment section one time on that Spade of Justice video, because a buddy of mine mentioned it, and he's like, "Oh, don't be showing your feet, like they're weirdos online. We'll get off to that, And it's like, does anybody really want to look at this? Like, seriously, look at these feet. Look how gross these things are. They're all. This is what happens when you walk on rocks constantly, people. I walk on rocks with bare feet and concrete and dirt and all kinds of stuff. Does this really look appetizing to anybody? No. When there's a piece of coke stuck to one of them. Trust me. If anything, you think all those weirdos would go and walk away, they it'd be like Ascension, there would be like Invasion, the Body Center, where they go, hey, hey, hey. Oh wait, no, where they go, and then they go running away. Man, that'd be great. They go, and they go skittling away like cockroaches. It's like, behold the nastiness of the foot. Oh shit. Yeah. By the way, that buddy of mine's name is or his channel I think is called Hex Maniac, I believe it. Yeah, go check him out. He's funny. He's entertaining. Another one's go check out MX Goku. I think he does some cool Godzilla shiznitzel, and Who else off the top of my head is pretty cool? Oh yeah, the animated collection, man. He makes some cool ass movies. Here, let me turn the camera. He makes some cool movies, I really like his movies. He does them in like kind of a very Kaiju-Zilla style. Instead of using a whole lot of stop motion, he does them in person and moves it around, which is incredibly impressive. I'd probably lose my shit and throw everything around like an angry ape if I tried doing that. Just because I get fed up with how time consuming it is. I mean, the video or the picture stories I do take long enough, but honestly, it is genuinely impressive. And I know he does it in a vein of Kaiju-Zilla and all that, but don't tell anybody this. I actually prefer the animated collections movies more. I really do. It's more to the point. It got good storylines, and it don't take 3 goddamn days to get through, which, no offense to Kaiju-Zilla, I don't know. I mean, I like a good story, but holy shit. Did we need a 5-minute, or did we need a 7-minute segment of 2 dudes going over goddamn cereal? I mean, what the hell, man? It cracks me up. Oh, shit. But yeah, I mean, yeah, go check out them dudes. MX Goku, he makes cool shit. Hex Maniac, if you want to quick chuckle or just say hi to him. I mean, the dude's pretty friendly, he'd talk to you. Go check them out, and animated collection, go watch some of his stuff. He's great. A few dudes off the top of my head. Let me think. Dino Diego, go check him out. He got some good obscure dinosaur media. Check that out. It's good stuff. And then Jurassic collection, he does good. Andy's dinosaur reviews, go check him out if you want good knowledge as to where to get that kind of stuff. Go check that out, or go check his channel out. Who else? I don't know. Just various channels. I like the channels where the people actually respond to you. I respect that. That's why I like responding to everybody who makes comments on my videos, even though it sometimes takes me a while because YouTube never notifies me. It's a pain in the ass. But yeah, hey, it's just what you got to do. But yeah, and then I don't know, other stuff I got working on. This is gonna be a Serenade creature. Don't remember, and that's the seal that I took a piece out of the back for. I was talking about. I'm gonna turn this dude into some sort of speculative evolution mermaid type creature. Oh shit! I was gonna talk about those vampires, wasn't I? All right, yeah. Let me, along with Titanosaurus, I'll go over the whole thing with the vampires and Titanosaurus real quick. All right. So, funny thing is, see this shelf? Because I know Hayden was asking me about this. This is the vampire. Yeah, was it worth the build up? I guess I'll explain the origin story a little bit. All right, so after the KT extinction event, there was a specific group of frogs that actually adapted along with the size of the mammals, and these guys are the Vampiridae, which are, if the fucking camera would, there we go, the Vampiridae. These specific frogs had a reduced number of fingers, leading to two large muscular claws, leading to the eventual decline to the decline and eventual absence of the extra fingers, leading to just two very strong, sharp clawed fingers. They have poison sacs on the back of their neck, which help out with warding off other creatures. These guys can grow up to 4 feet wide at the most, which is quite a bit, and around with the legs stretched out about 8 feet long. Yeah, and that's the, I believe that that's like the largest estimate for males. Females get quite a bit bigger, as with other toads. Along with I guess their size would probably be like somewhere around maybe like 11 feet long and 5.5 feet wide. Not too huge of a drastic size change, but enough to where it'd be like, yeah, that could kill a person. And in fact, these guys do. They in the medieval times, they actually would prey on people. They're in the same universe as the trolls over there. Just like other frogs, they breed in water, which, due to a lot of people not ever making the connections with with them breeding in the water, and then the fact how they're just there, it's kind of led to people thinking, along with a certain type of bacteria in these guys' mouths that make people go nuts after a certain amount of time, sort of similar to rabies. People think that they actually breed by biting other people and turning them into vampires, which is bullshit, but, hey, it's what they think. It's a superstition. It's kind of like when an eye flips you off and the people say you have to kill it. Honestly, I'd be like, well, fuck you too. But either way, it's kind of like one of those things. Along with the predation of people, these guys lived around the northern hemisphere, surviving the cold winters by burrowing in the ground and lowering their body temperatures to a near, what's the word, to the temperature that pretty much revolves around them. These guys do feed on blood to an extent. They prefer they prefer specific vital organs of a lot of creatures due to the more nutritional value, as with most predators, of them preferring it. These guys generally hunt by climbing up into trees and swampish areas, and on pathways. They like going near pathways that were marked out by a medieval man to ambush certain prey items such as deers, horses, if they can. Like, these guys, they're essentially, they hunt megafauna. They're like, they evolved along with the megafauna during the beginning of the Paleocene, and they just kept going to the point of where this was the eventual species. Having counter shading, which is odd considering they're land mammals, or not mammals, they're land creatures, but they have it. And like I said, their attack methods are similar to a leopard. They go up into trees and they wait, and they leap onto their victims. Generally preferring to be more nocturnal due to their large size of them being amphibians. That and the fact how their skin could dry out a lot more during the sun, which has led to the belief of a lot of people saying that you could use sunlight to kill them. Which I guess technically is true, considering they're they need water. And any sort of amphibian, even toads, if you leave them out there too long, they'll die. And then, see, as for the trolls, it was a sort of genetic disease due to a bottleneck that they went through during somewhere near the Ice Age. These guys are just because they need to keep their skin moist. Sometimes doing that with the blood of their prey, which is fascinating because this guy has blood all over his mouth. Speaking of which, I need to dust this dude off. Either way, but yeah, that's the vampire. Oh, and by the way, yeah, they were hunted to extinction. Later on in time, just due to people, I guess, getting tired of having to worry about things, and considering back then people used to freak out about wolves. Yeah, these dudes were pretty much screwed. The burning of their forest habitat and the just hunting of every single adult individual that people can find. Yeah, these guys were screwed over pretty bad. But hey, people can kill 1 million of something a year and it ain't a big deal. But ooh, one of these guys kills a person? Oh man, it's travesty. I mean, back then it was probably a little bit worse due to, just people being not as advanced, but still, these guys were a decently impressive species overall. But oh, and their mouths, I guess, because this one's mouth is shut. They don't have fangs they don't have fangs, but they have like a bunch of razor sharp teeth that are almost like hypodermic needles, and that's where a lot of the bacteria kind of comes from. It's kind of like what people used to think Komodos, like what Komodos did. Well, these guys are poisonous technically. Or wait. Yeah, sorry. The bacteria in their mouths is the thing that makes people go nuts, and then the poison is just a deterrent for other creatures that attack them, like say like a bear or a wolf or something like that. But yeah, these dudes were pretty cool. Yeah. So there's the vampires for anybody who gave a crap. I know Hayden really wanted to know about them, and there you go. Vampires, yeah. Yeah, not as complex as the trolls, but, the trolls were a lot longer lasting of species. And then as for Titanosaurus, because I know he's done, let me go grab him real quick, because I know I put him away. Gotta step over some stuff I'm working here. Working on right now. Now, here we go. Oh, fell over. Ooh. There we go. See, here's Titanosaurus fully done. I like him. I like how he turned out. Let me see. I wonder if that... Oh, yep, that little paint smudge showed up. Well, I mean, it's a little bit on his brow, but it ain't... Oh, wow, you could actually see the eye in this photo. Man, that's nice looking. A lot better looking than I actually thought it was. Let me see if the other eye held up pretty good. Yeah, wow. Man, I'm better than I thought. Yeah, sometimes I can't even see it clearly while I'm doing it. But, I mean, hey. And then, yeah, I mean, I love how this guy turned out. I think he turned out pretty great. Let me just get like a full 360 on him. Got that part. A little turn around. A little turn around. By the way, these are just random streaks of green in his skin. It ain't like blood or anything. Got the long toes, or the long toe claws. The webbing in between. Yeah, this dude turned out pretty great, all things considered. I love how he turned out. Yeah, so that's Titanosaurus, and I guess I'll start going over his biology, or at the very least his story. So this Titanosaurus, or my version of him, as with pretty much all the versions of kaiju that I made, this guy is not the same as his movie counterpart. For example, the one in the movie was an aquatic dinosaur. This guy is a Prehistoric. He's a amphibian from back all the way from the Permian era. Or, well, a species evolved back then and just kind of kept going until they convergently evolved with into a dinosaurian-esque shape, obviously being more upright and evolving to saltwater type environments over time, getting a large fin on the tail. And a lot of these, the adaptations are actually for an abyssal habitat. As for the octopus-esque pupils and the tongue, which could actually curl up and around, with the 2 points the two side points being able to reach out and grab prey, one of which being whales. As for this is still a kaiju and rather large. And I know the kaiju in my universe kind of vary a bit, with Anguirus ironically being one of the bigger ones, and Yongary being the biggest one. But I'll go over all of them at some point. And then you got all these little barbles. You got these barbles here, which are the little whiskers. They help him navigate his watery home, and you got many like them on the sides of his face as well. And then it's interesting because these little pits in the bottom jaw, these little pits that run through, are actually sensory organs similar to a crocodile's, where they sense vibration. So essentially, this guy has the best senses of any kaiju. Because, well, in my universe, I'm saying not in general, but in my universe, he has the best senses of any kaiju. He's able to notice kaiju from nearly 100. Well, okay, I'm not going to give an actual estimate because I'm probably going to be inconsistent with it. But in other words, he can detect other kaiju from miles and miles away and avoid them. See, similar to the one in the movie, this kaiju is a pacifist. It prefers not to get in fights with other kaiju, and one of the reasons why its stomach glows is a form of bioluminescence. It uses this to communicate with other kaiju in a form of, I guess, kaiju Morse code. This kaiju as a species are just generally more peaceful than a lot of kaiju, because a lot of kaiju are shit starters. They like to fight due to their overly aggressive nature, especially Godzilla in particular. Him as the individual, he is even violent compared to a lot of his species, just due to the nuclear and atomic radiation and later on getting sucked into a vacuum, and a vacuum of space through a wormhole and getting mutated it even further. But the video ain't about Godzilla. It's about Titanosaurus here. Overall, he like I said, he was a Prehistoric kid that convergently evolved with dinosaurs over time, eventually filling niches and becoming a Godzilla-esque, like a Gojira type creature. You guys are few and far in between now, as for most kaiju have gone into a a deep sleep. As for the few predator kaiju that hunt them and actually cause them to wake up, either sleep and either they fight and one of them dies and gets eaten, or they escape to live another day. Because these kaijus, my versions are kind of similar to the Trollmans. Like, they can survive incredible injuries and hibernate for millions of years if needed. Like, and I mean hibernate, not they can't live for millions of years. Like, they go into a deep state. They will die of old age eventually, but it takes a while with how their super physiology is. Like, I guess realistically, each individual could probably live up to maybe 10,000 years as a regular basis. And then you take specific individuals into account, like Godzilla, where he's been mutated over and over again, and he could probably live for God knows how long. Maybe 200,000? Shit. Point is, Godzilla can live for a long-ass time. But, none of that millions of years just living around doing everything shit. Like, if they're going to live for millions of years, my version of kaiju, they have to be in hibernation, where they're essentially everything is slowed down to a barely anything. This guy is a predator. Like I said, he doesn't feed on other kaiju, or at least not big ones. Like I said, mostly feeds on huge shoals of fish and whales and other prehistoric creatures living in the depths. I'll go over it again. He is a pacifist kaiju, generally not wanting to start fights, but can be very vicious in fights when backed up against a wall, or so to say, and threatened. Titanosaurus is a very competent fighter, even despite his size almost rivaling Godzilla in a few ways of strength. And for example, Godzilla is about this big. Titanosaurus is actually okay. Godzilla is that big, and Titanosaurus is that big. So he actually comes close in terms of strength as to him, just pound for pound. But, you know, they generally don't like to fight. You know, and then this individual, I guess, trying to think, didn't really encounter too many of the other kaiju in my universe, just mostly just kind of keeps it on the down low, I guess you could say. Surfaces every once in a while out of curiosity. Has destroyed a few ships, like a bunch of fishing vessels, to both eat the fish and the fishermen. Usually, though, when they send out the people that try to deal with him, though, he dives deep underwater. So far, the only deterrence that they figured out is sonic deterrence, due to all the receptors on his body. Yeah, he's pretty susceptible to those and generally likes to avoid them. He can survive out of water, obviously, he got legs. Prefers to not be out of water for too long, but if he is, his body will slowly adapt to it, and he'll actually change colors to suit the air environment better. As an amphibian, his species needs to breathe underwater, needs to breed underwater. But as for where is his gills, he don't have any. He's an amphibian. He breathes through specific parts of his skin, like underneath his chin and various other places. His bone density is very dense due to him living in abyssal habitats. Eyesight, ironically, is actually very acute, despite living in pitch black darkness. But, yeah, you know, that's pretty much him. Can he cause wind gales with his tail? Yes. Enough to where it affects other kaiju? No, or at least not the big ones. But, yeah, he could destroy buildings with it. Does he have that sonic breath? Let me think. No, not really. I mean, this is mostly just a melee-based kaiju. He, you know, if he does get in a fight, he uses these gnarly-ass claws and will bite. Sometimes uses the tongue to grab the back of the head of some kaiju and yank it forward, as to allow for a quicker bite. The tongue actually retracts. If it's hard to see, there we go. Oh, hold on, the camera. The tongue actually retracts and flattens, and a certain organ in the back of his mouth, and that's the throat there, kind of small throat for a kaiju. That hence the reason why he doesn't hunt large prey, or large for relative body size. And yeah, that's Titanosaurus, everybody. Obviously the long claws are used to dig at the bottom of ocean beds. Ironically, they trying to think here. Despite being pacifist kaiju, back in their heyday, when there used to be a lot more of them, they did have territories, but they did not fight to gain territories. You know, they like I said, they used the bioluminescence to communicate how powerful they were. The brighter the glow, the more fit an individual is. That's how they would settle the disputes. So yeah, that's good old Titanosaurus here. If anybody wants me to cover more of the kaiju I've made, such as Barada, the Crocosaurus kaiju, that's his name, Barada. He's right there. And then Gorogiano, let me know. Oh yeah, but then speaking of kaiju, I'm making another one. This guy, I'm making a custom-made Jiris figure, right? And this is what I got so far. The frill I got off of the Dilophosaurus, which is that dude over there. I got a frill off of him, and I figure what I'll do, right, is this isn't my NECA GMK Godzilla. He's still over there, obviously. This one I got off of a 2 deal from eBay, and it came with this dude, and they both had the part of their tail missing. As for that dude, I don't mind too much, just because, I mean, you don't really see the back of them all that much anyway. But this dude, I decided to fix it up a little bit. Decided to just make it out of caulk. You know, I figured everything's made out of caulk, but you know what I mean. And yeah, so he still got all of his articulation, you know. You look up and down, you know, just like everything moves the same. One thing I find fascinating about this dude is look at his tooth. One's tooth is bigger than the other. And it's alright though, it gives him personality. And then yeah, you know, got it kind of floppy-ish. And then I figure what I'll do next is, like, I could take his fourth toe right in the middle there and just kind of remove that and smooth it over to make it more like Jairus himself, give him a little bit more of a physical difference. Maybe take off that little ear nub, too. Or I don't know, I mean, you know what, actually, maybe not. I mean, if it's going to be a relative to Godzilla. I don't know, though, you know? Maybe just, I don't really know. I don't know the backstory for this dude. Maybe you won't have one. Maybe you just be like a custom version of the character. I mean, because I know I want to do Goro, too. Goro from Ultra Q, where he's kind of like, he's like a monkey kaiju. And I mean that literally, not Kong, because King Kong is an ape. I mean, like, Goro is a literal monkey kaiju. Who was, ironically, the suit was made from the 1962 King Kong. Either way, you know, so then this dude will be coming up soon to paint. He'll actually probably be next after Amphision over there. And then in terms of other... Oh, yeah, they're the orangutans I was going to turn into congas. But either way. And then besides that, I got this guy here. The Monoplos I'm working on. This dude's going to be a little while, but, you know, I'm working on him. Whether or not he'll have articulation, I don't know. With a lot of Monster Hunter creatures, a lot of them are probably just going to be like statues, but, I mean, hey, you know, it's just how it is, you know, until I widely figure out how articulation works. As for the Jurassic World Dominion figures, I'm probably not going to go over them, unless some of you guys want me to, just because, like I said, there's so many people who do that already, and at a more entertaining and high quality level than I really could give you. But I got some cool dudes. I just went to a Target. And, you know, we live in a rural area, so getting to a Target is a pain in the ass. I got this guy, the Yang Chano. Sorry, this is actually a dinosaur I never heard of. But he looks like a roided up Dilophosaurus, ironically. I know, Andy's dinosaur reviews actually, he actually made a comment about how small its tail is and like how distractingly small it is, and honestly, I don't mind it all that much. I mean, it's small, obviously, it should be bigger, but it's better than that dude's tail, or that dude's tail, or what was his tail, because at least, you know, this dude, you know, I mean, at least it has a base to begin with. I mean, those dudes were just laughably short, to the point where it literally affected the figure. They couldn't stand right. Like, he's like, kill me. God, let me out. Anyway, yeah, you know, I just, I really dig these figures just because, like, the articulation, I could use them in photos, have them fight King Kong. I know my place, and it's me on top of the world. No, sorry. But, yeah, I got those dudes, and then, I actually got these dudes by doing a few favors for people. I just bought 3 of them, because I really like the Mycosaurus. It's one of my preferred species, that, and I really like how they did it. Reason why I bought 3 of them, well, I'm going to cut them up and turn them into something else. One, I want to do the Cutlass Tooth from Dougal Dixon's The New Dinosaurs. I think this was a good enough model to use. I don't remember, but I think so. And then for all these dudes made like Great Woggies, or Rockies. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like the pig-snouted bird wyverns from Monster Hunter. I'll figure it all out. And then I got the Scorpio Venator, because I like how this dude looks. I like his chops. His style, you know, I'm digging him. Then I didn't have a Scorpio Venator, so why not? And then for this dude, by the way, all this shit was like $80 fucking. Not all of it together, because this is like a good 21 in and of itself. And this was on clearance. Why the hell are these dudes so expensive? It's okay, though. I mean, they have articulation. They're a lot better looking than most. So, and I got this Hammond Collection Baryonyx, because I missed out on the Amber Collection, which was sad, because those raptors were actually good looking. Then I got the Parasaurolophus. Very beautiful. I mean, part of me, I absolutely want to take these dudes out of a box, but then a part of me is like, dude, don't you fucking do it. But I will, because I want to, because toys were meant to be played with and, you know, worked on and stuff. I mean, I will not work on any of these 4 here. These guys are safe. They have guaranteed safe status, but, well, these 3, well, I mean, you know, it's gonna happen. You know, birds gotta swim, fish gotta fly. You know, I mean, and then, you know, you're screwed. It's like, yep, he got it. He gets it. And he's like, giggity. He's like, all right. Anyway, but yeah, messing around aside, man, goddamn, this is a long video. Sorry, guys, I just ramble on and on. You know what's something I really want to do? I want to do like large arachnid and insect monsters. Once I get done with a lot of these dudes and a lot of the other dudes, I'm gonna figure that out. Like, for example, I have some spare plastics here, including a He-Man thingy, the lid of a Gillette cap, some capture gear, which looks like crap, a Funko Pop head. He's like, help me. And then whatever this is, volcano. I'm gonna smelt these down, and I figure I'll make them into like an arachnid or insect body. Man, you know what's one dude I really wish I bought more of, ironically, was I wish I bought more of these mother long legs when they came out like 5 years ago. I think it was 5 years ago. It was 2017. Let me see, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, about 5 years ago. I wish I would have bought more of them. I probably could have bought like 5 of them and customized all of them. Could have made one into Arachnoclaw. God, my younger self sucked. But hey, you know, it's how I prevail now, is my knowledge. But yeah, honestly, guys, that's pretty much it. That's all I got. In terms of just stuff to talk about at the moment, you know. I mean, I appreciate you guys watching me. Anybody who sticks through, you know, I really do. You know, you guys are great. Thank you. Until then, I'll see you next time. So, bye-bye.